også i Storbritannia, og kongehuset i det britiske kongehuset har betydd også en del faktisk, tror jeg, for medlemmene i A1, boybander, får vi kalle det, som nå har blitt ganske voksne, men de faktisk på full turné borte i England, men måtte ta seg en pause da, for nå i dag så stenges jo alt ned. Nå kommer det vel 3 av 4 medlemmer som kommer til oss i dag.
Ja, de kommer til...
Og så bare si at de har møtt dronning Elisabeth, så der har de en historie, og det jo sånne historier som vi må ha frem i dag.
Ja.
Ben Adams har møtt dronninga, og hele bandet A1 har ved flere anledninger hilst på og spilt for prinsen av Wales, som nå altså da blitt kong Charles den 3. Ben, Mark, Paul og Christian i A1 den måneden på en stor Englandsturné, men på grunn av begravelsen da, i London så alle dagens konserter avlyst, og da inviterte vi like godt alle gutta. Det ble da 3 av de faktisk som kom, så Paul ikke her, men Ben, Mark, Christian, god morgen. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, thank you.
So nice that you came here on your day off.
Of course, where better to be?
And I came here 5 o'clock this morning. It was dark in the studio. In the corner, you were already singing, sound shaking.
We slept here.
You slept here?
Yeah, we slept overnight just to make sure we were prepared.
It's a very, very important performance.
Yeah, because when you're on tour, I guess you go to bed at this time.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Or are you more grown up now?
Well, you know, because we're driving a lot, and usually because there's I think this tour has been of a dot tour, like they have a map of the UK and they just threw up where they're going that day. So we're driving up now, so actually after the gig, a lot of times we'll drive for a couple of hours, and then so we won't, we'll be in bed by 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yeah. And you have also a little girl?
Yeah, I do. So she's normally up at 6 a.m, but this morning I was up at 4 a.m, so I thought I'll try and wake her up and just see how she feels. Like, there you go. How do you feel? But
how do you like it?
Yeah, but then obviously I left and my wife had to look after
it. It was a first-time experience.
It was, yeah. It was. I was up before my baby.
Oh, wow. But how's these days been in England, you think, after the Queen passed?
There's been a particularly, obviously, sombre mood across the UK. Because the Queen was such an important figure to so many people, and she meant so much to most of us. And so it is a period of national mourning, but people also appreciating her reign, incredible historic reign, and it's a celebration as well. You know, it's because she had an incredible life. She made it to 96, and she wasn't like any normal 96-year-old. She was working right up to the week she sadly passed. But yeah, so it's somber, but a lot of gratitude as well.
Even you, Kristen, has a relationship with the Queen.
Well, I lived in the UK for 9 years, and so I really definitely got the sense of the importance the Queen had to the entire population, and the Queen Mother at that time as well. And when she passed, you know, you could tell that the whole, it's what would we say it? It's a figure that combines all the various
identity, isn't it?
Yes,
British people, like the figure identity.
It's a constant, because she's been the one constant presence throughout all of our lives for so many generations. So all of us have not known life without having the Queen there. She's been such an important figure.
But are there more division now when it comes to supporting the royal?
I think the majority of the country is very supportive, particularly when something like this happens, when such an important figure does pass. It does raise questions of, you know, the significance of the monarchy. But I think people really like Charles. Obviously, he's done a fantastic job as the Prince, does endless incredible things for charity. So I think people are happy to see him finally take the throne, and think he's going to be a great king.
Will he achieve the same position as the Queen, you think?
I don't think you can achieve the same. I think the Queen is
70-year reign, and he's in his 70s.
Exactly. So it's almost impossible for him to do that. But I think he'll do a good job. I mean, when we met him, obviously, we thought he would do a good job as king.
How was that meeting him? How did
He's actually been a king in waiting because obviously the Queen's mother lived to 100, but I don't think many people expected the Queen to reign as long as she did. So I think Prince Charles was certainly prepared to take that role. So
no one's ever been more prepared.
No, he's been very, very prepared. But meeting him was amazing. But I think some of us were equally as impressed to meet Tom Jones as well because we were standing next to
He
him.
actually had a person behind him who whispered in his ear, whoever, this is Tom Jones. Oh, Tom Jones. This is his A1. So he had a person telling him who he was meeting, and that was kind of fun.
As long as he don't need the pen.
Yes, no pens.
She was new pen then.
That's Sophie Spexter. I've never seen these photos.
I know.
When is this?
So this was 2001 at the Party in the Park. That's an event that we performed in front of 110,000 people, Hyde Park, and they used to run that every year. That was part of the Prince's charity, the Prince's Trust.
They very sensibly cut Christian out of that photo.
Yes.
They're like, this guy's Norwegian, don't worry about him.
Yeah, not very sure.
Yeah. So, but you think he will make it as a king? Definitely.
Well, the country is really behind him, and they absolutely love William and Kate as well. So I think the royal family is in good hands.
I actually thought it might have skipped a generation and gone straight to William. I think a few people were wondering if that was going to be the case or not.
Well, he's got the genes of his mother. He'll reign for a good 25 years then.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
They are so old. That's how it is. Your family is quite. They love the Queen and the royal family.
Well, absolutely. I think not everybody feels that way, but my family have always been very patriotic towards the royal family. My mum particularly loves the Queen. I think that's because when 25 years ago, when Diana passed, up until the point, the royal family had been quite closed off from the public. They didn't have quite the same relation because everybody loved Diana. But from that moment onwards, I feel like the Queen really opened up and she really warmed herself to the nation. She made extra effort to really connect with the people, and I think since then, I think people have just come to love her more and more to the point where now she's like, the nation's grandmother, really.
And then you met the Queen.
I did. I met the Queen. Yes.
Tell me all about it.
Well, I was quite young. I don't remember much about the actual sort of meeting. I've got pictures of it, so I can remember it through that. But there I am. I'm the one on the left.
Okay. All right.
Just in case people are confused.
But you were singing in the choir.
Yeah, so I was a choir boy at Windsor Castle. So whenever she was at Windsor Castle, she would always come for
That's
the
just because
services.
you lived there and.
Yeah, I mean, I'd always got into sort of music early, and then I was at Windsor Castle School, which was in the grounds of Windsor Castle, and the choir was part of that school. So we sang there every single night, and then whenever she was there, she'd come along to the services and listen in. And then, as you say, as you can see with that picture, we met several times, and she was always very pleasant and she was very interested in other people, which I think was one of her gifts. It wasn't like I'm the Queen, I don't care what you had to say. She asked a lot of questions and was very inquisitive. So
good. You're gonna perform for us a song called, it's a long title. Call Me When You Land, Hug Them While You Can.
Well, the reason for that is it's a brand new song, and we haven't decided what to call it yet. We're going to either call it Call Me When You Land or Hug Them While You Can. And the song is we brought it out now when the Queen passed. We thought it'd be a nice one, to play one of the new songs from the album that's about to be released maybe next year. But it's about making sure you take care of the people you have in your life while you have them. Remember to hug someone while you still have the opportunity to do so. And what's been amazing is that when we played it at a couple of shows, we've actually had some of the audience started crying. And so we felt.
if you don't cry, we'll be watching.
Tissues already.
You have to go to the.
Thank you so much.
Du, vi skal snakke mye mer om